and just work it out whatever way you feel most comfortable. I'm going to press these out a little bit by hand. When you get to the point where your dough is getting a little bit sticky, and that happens because it warms up with the heat from your hands, you'll just add a little bit more flour with this. We're going to stretch this out a little bit. And the weight of the dough is just pulling the rest of it down, allowing it to stretch at a very, very slow pace. And I'll put it on the back of my hands and just give a little bit of a stretch, just like this. Don't get too carried away and try and throw it up in the air because it'll wind up on the floor and then we'll have no pizza on the grill. Your pizza does not have to be a perfect shape. If you start to develop a shape that's closer to a rectangle or a square, just go with it. This is meant to be fun. So, first thing I'm going to do after I stretch out my dough, making pizza on the grill is a little bit different in method than doing it in a regular oven. Normally we'd stretch out our pizza, we'd put all our toppings in and put it right in the oven. If you do the method with the pizza stone in the grill, you'll do it the same way you've always done it. But without the pizza stone, we need to actually cook that dough on the grill. So first thing we want to do is to brush this with a little bit of olive oil. This has to be brushed very carefully so that you get all of your areas so it doesn't stick to the grill. Just a nice clean brush across the entire dough. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and fold this over in half. I'm going to lift it up and put it down right on my foil. Open it back up, make sure that it's formed out in the shape that I like. I'm going to put a second piece of foil right on top. Remember, I'm putting the foil on the side that I just brushed with oil, and I'm removing the other foil. Now I can brush the opposite side, so I'm assured that both sides of my dough are adequately brushed with oil. Again, this is a very important step, so you want to make sure and take your time to do this. When we're having parties and we do several pizzas in a row on the grill, we're going to actually layer these and make several of these. You'd have them all done in the refrigerator, all brushed, and then you'll see how quick and easy this goes once we put it on the grill. I'll be able to take my dough out, it'll be preformed, and we can make pizza after pizza. So here we go, all set. We have our oil brushed on the entire surface, both sides of our dough. Remember, we put foil and flipped it over so we could get the opposite side. Now we're going to start to cook that dough. My grill is preheated on a fairly high heat. I'm going to take my dough and just flip it over right on the grill. Just as a little added safety precaution, I'm going to take a little bit more oil, put it on a little towel here, and I'll just brush my grill lightly with the oil. This will add just a second little layer of non-sticking quality. And I'm going to put my dough now on the grill. Peel off the foil. Close down my grill. And we're ready to get started getting our toppings set. Let's give a little quick cleanup. I think we'll do this one with some regular tomato sauce and some mozzarella cheese, and we'll decide when it comes out if we're going to put anything else on the top. We want to let that cook just for a couple of minutes. The entire cooking time for this pizza is probably going to be 8 to 10 minutes. So I want to let it cook a little bit on this side, and then I want to get under it with my big flat spatula, and I want to just move it around a little bit so that those grill marks don't burn into the pizza too dark. So we'll just kind of rotate it about 45 degrees. Let's take a look and see how we're doing so far. I'm able to quickly get under that pizza and rotate it around. I can see underneath I'm getting some nice grill marks. closing up my oven. Now, the part that's a little bit more nerve-wracking when we do this is it's more timing. When we're making a pizza out on a traditional pizza peel, we form the entire thing with the dough and the toppings, and we can kind of take our time, and then we slide that into the oven itself. Here, we're cooking the dough, we're rotating it, we're then going to flip it over, we're going to add our toppings quickly, and then close down the oven. So once it's flipped over, we're into the secondary cooking stage where it's cooking the opposite side of the dough. Because the oven's a closed chamber, we're able to shut it down, put our toppings, and everything should work out and melt on the top. So we're going to flip our pizza over. We're going to put our tomato sauce. Let's spread that out a little bit. Little bit of cheese. Close it down again, and we're set with the first two toppings on the pizza. Now you can decide on anything you like with your pizza. You can do different types of pizza with all sorts of toppings. Possibilities are just endless. So think of anything from the carnivore like me who loves meat. You can put sausage and pepperoni and meatballs and just salami, anything you like, right down to the vegetarian who you'll put a little bit of sauce. If it's a true vegan, no cheese and just perhaps vegetables. You can brush it with oil, put some toasted garlic. You can put ricotta cheese, mozzarella cheese, Gruyere cheese, anchovies. Possibilities are endless. I'm going to open it up again now, and I'm just going to move it around a little bit. So again, we're rotating it about 45 degrees so we get those nice grill marks and they're not burned in just one area too much. Okay. We're going to let that cook. And I think the next thing we'll do is we'll start to get our Mexican pizza ready so that when this one comes out, we can move right on to the next one and start cooking it on the grill. This is so simple, and I love to do this with the kids. The kids absolutely love this. These are plain flour tortillas. I'm going to lay one out first on my board here. You'll just laugh when you see how simple this is. And everywhere I've ever served this, people go wild and just love it. I have here grated cheddar cheese and Monterey Jack. If your kids are a bit finicky about eating, this is a simple and easy thing to cook. And again, you can bake these right on a pan in the oven. We're taking our cheeses, the cheddar and Monterey Jack, and we're spreading it out all over our tortilla. Just simple flour tortillas that you purchase in the supermarket. We can leave it either plain, just like this, or we can get a bit fancy and we can start to put in some olives. And I'll just do half with this, so those of you who want it plain can have an option at the end, and perhaps some little jalapeno peppers to kind of spice it up a bit. Let's see. And then we put our little lid on it. Just press it down, and that's it. We cook it. We're going to cook it the same way we've done this pizza. We're going to cook one side, turn it on a 45-degree angle for another minute, flip it over, do the same exact thing. Let's take a look at our pizza. Boy, this is looking spectacular. I'm just going to put this out front here for now, and